Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for BCSN, and it's really a privilege to be here with Darren Young, WWE, SmackDown here in Toledo at the fantastic Huntington facility. And what a tremendous athlete Darren is, and more importantly, a great person and a great representative of this brand, WWE, which is a family brand. And kids, I talked to Titus, your partner, about this, and he's very articulate about this. When kids look up to you the way they do, Darren, you know, I know that there's a responsibility that comes with that. And talk a little bit about how you feel about that.
Well, before we get started, I have to say it. PTP is in the house, baby.
I like it.
You know, dealing with the WWE universe and the fans is truly special and dear to me because I was a fan myself growing up, and I'm still a fan growing up. So doing a lot of these speaking engagements, and we're heavily involved in our Beer Star campaign, which is showing tolerance and respect for kids that get bullied. So I just love going out there and, you know, giving the best advice I can to kids, because at one time I was bullied myself as a kid for having a speech impediment, a stuttering problem. I was a heavy kid at the time, you know, but I overcame all that.
Yeah, that's so great of you to say that. We are a network that's heavily involved in high schools and grade schools. We go out and we talk to the kids. We probably talked to 30,000 grade school kids in the last 6 or 7 years. And you do, Darren, come across in the classroom situation, unfortunately, young kids that get picked on. Sure. Young kids that get bullied either because maybe they are a little bit heavy, or as you mentioned, the stuttering issue, whatever it is that makes you a little different. And I think it's so great for an outstanding athlete and person like yourself to come out and say, hey, that happened to me. What helped you handle that? Because I know that's hard to handle as a kid. What got you through that, Darren?
Well, being heavy as a kid, eventually as you get older, you know, you start to work out. My dream was to be a WWE superstar, and I felt like if you keep doing the same things, you get the same results. So I had to lose weight. I had to grow my hair out, you know. As a child, when I had my speech impediment, I got the help I needed, and now I'm living a dream, being a WWE superstar.
Well, you got Hollywood looks, and you're so articulate.
So?
I do, yeah. And you're so articulate. But you know, it's funny. I interviewed Lou Ferrigno, and you know, he's a super guy, and he had that issue. He had the speech impediment, and he was picked on. And it's interesting that
Didn't stop him.
It did not stop him, and it's interesting. He said the same thing that you did. He decided one day, hey, I don't want this anymore. And he started working out, things that he could control, you know, controlling his own body, working out, getting in shape, and he changed his whole paradigm. So you and he have the exact, you know, same story. And something else, Darren, I admire so much in reading about you and your background, what a good person you are, but for you to have the courage, you know, to come out and say, and maybe courage isn't the right word, but it's harder today, I think, and sometimes in a very public media that you guys are always in a fishbowl. Every city you go to, people are, you know, it's a fishbowl thing.
It comes with the territory.
It does. And for you to come out and say, hey, you know, I'm gay, and it's no big deal to you. And I admire that so much, because there are so many people that are afraid, and they spend every day being afraid. Talk about what got you to the point where you said, you know what, I'm just going to say that and get it out there and let people deal with it.
Well, at the time, I felt like it was the right place and the right time. And my goal, along with my partner Titus, is to reach out to kids and show them that it's okay to just be you.
Right.
I had the opportunity to do the Ellen Show, Matt Lauer, and I've gained new friends in them. Jason Collins, NBA basketball player.
Yes.
I've gained friendship from him. So it's just, my thing is, my motto is just be you. You know, if you're entertaining, that's all that matters, you know. Your sexual orientation or your ethnicity shouldn't really matter. If you're entertaining, bottom line.
Well, I think it's such a strong message for so many today in our society. And we were chatting off air. You're too young for this, but there was a great football player that played for the 49ers in the 60s, tough as nails running back, named Dave Kopay, and he's still the only pro football player to come out and say that he was gay. And it's an interesting story, but it took a lot of courage at that time for him to do it. And then he helped a lot of people by doing that. And I think it's going to be reciprocal. You coming out the way that you are, the great athlete, articulate, very intellectual, and the way that you're handling this is going to help tons of people that deal with this situation every day.
Because with me, it's not about me anymore now. It's about me helping others, and I have the best of both worlds now. I'm in love, and I wrestle for one of the greatest organizations in the world, WWE.
Well, listen, big guy, before we let you go, now I heard about Titus's move, the clash of the Titus.
Yeah.
And he scared the bejeevers out of me with that. I thought he was going to, get me involved in it. But your gut check. Tell me about the gut check.
The gut check is I put you over my shoulder like a fireman's carry. I lift you up over my shoulders, throw you up in the air, and I drive my knees right into your stomach. Gut check.
It sounds like a good time. Big guy, I've been eating a lot of pizzas, though, man.
We can try it. Well, I'm on the clock, but all right.
Yeah.
I'll leave you alone.
All right, fair deal. Listen, thank you so much for
very
coming to Toledo, and it's going to be a great show, WWE SmackDown, and you and your partner are going to put on a show. Thanks.
Absolutely.
All right, sir. Tom Cole, the coach for BCSN.